What is happening? Energy Gaming Dude here with another stream, and this time I'm going to be streaming some Lightning Returns Final Fantasy XIII. And God, I do not like this game, but whatever. I started it, so might as well finish it. Let's see here. God, I need to change the time on my PS3. It says that I last saved at 5:05, but I remember I think it was like 6:05. I saved it anyway. Let's jump right into it. So pretty much what I'm wanting to do is to jump into Ultimate Lair and see how far I can get without getting mercilessly destroyed by all of the high-powered enemies. So yeah, for those of you guys that don't know, Ultimate Lair is pretty much like a post-game dungeon that you can do pre-game because of how the how do I even describe this? Because of the way the game works, where you're playing towards the end of the world. So before I jump in, I just need to make sure I've got my getups and equipment and all that sorted out, because I was just working on that. So I think I've got the Soldier of Peace sorted out, Shadowbind, Counterblow, Heavy Slash, Eroga, Witching Hour. I've got yeah, these stats are gonna have to do Deep Protect, Counterspell, Ice Storm, D-Shell, okay. And yep, so Vigilance was the one I was working on. Morgenstern, Chiron Gauntlet, what's that? It's gonna be a lot easier to use light equipment so that my ATB gauge fills fast, so I can actually do stuff. But my ATB by default is at 30%. I think Witching Hour is at 100. Yeah, it's at 100. Oh no, it's at 70%. But I think Silk Scarf and there was something else I had, didn't I? No, so yeah, Silk Scarf will do most of the work for me when I first start. Right then. Resistance to magic, yep. So for vigilance, I'm going for a very offensive, I think, setup at the moment. What do I want to do with this? Slightly increases damage dealt to enemies, fixed damage plus 10%. Oh wait, hold on, what? Slightly increases damage dealt to enemies. Might actually have that. And then I thought I saw Serenity Sachet, Pretty Orb, Persist Slow, Pain, Defaith, Debrave, Auto End Fire for 60 seconds. Actually, I think I've got Thunderbird Bracelet, which is Auto End Thunder. In Fire and Thunder, what else do I have? Tide Faith. Auto and Fire, Resist Debrave. Auto and Thunder, because I think doing Thunder damage with normal attack should be fine. With Ruinga, and then what can I've already got Counter Spell, Counter Blow. I'm gonna have Evade on here. I think I'm trying to touch on every single element at the moment throughout my entire setup, and at the moment I've got Eroga on my Soldier of Peace equipment, which allows I feel like all of this is going to make a lot more sense when I actually jump into a dungeon. or more importantly, the ultimate lair, which is the hardest dungeon in the game. On my first playthrough, so we've got Eroga here, we've got Ice Storm here, with Witching Hour, so that then leaves us with Fire, and then I've got In Thunder on my Vigilance right now, so that just leaves me with Blizzara, having like some sort of ice attack, so I've got all of the elements covered. I haven't got Blizzara level 2. I really should have leveled these things up. But I'm just not like even sure on the foggiest on like how half of these how half the game even works, even though I've got like 36 hours into it, like how the gameplay actually functions, because this is not a good game. I can't say that I've enjoyed it. Do I just have attack? I do have attack. Actually, you know what? What I'll do is I'll get rid of attack from here and pop it into circle. Now I'm just being very particular about everything. And then Blizzara level 2, that'll give me what? Strength in numbers plus 16, what's that? Increases damage dealt by 16% when facing 3 or more enemies. This definitely will not happen because I'm going to be facing like the last of each individual species of monster that I'm going to be fighting. So essentially, I'm going to reverse Noah my way through this dungeon. If I've ever heard of a phrase like reverse Noah the Ark an entire dungeon and just send them all straight to non-existence. Well, the world is going to be destroyed anyways at the end of the game. At least that's what we've been led to believe this entire time, unless something else happens. God forbid the story actually get good, but you know. It functions. Now then, time to save, and then we'll just jump into the actual dungeon itself. I think I'm only going to be streaming for a couple of hours max, just so I can figure out exactly what I want to do with this sort of setup. Because I'm also trying to build up a setup for the strongest enemy in the game, which is called, what was the name of the ultimate enemy? Hold on, I need to look that up now. It is the Aeronite, yes. So this guy is apparently the super boss that I'll be preparing to fight, but I still haven't gotten used to like the gameplay, let alone beat an enemy that strong. Right, so we're jumping in. I can easily say I don't like this game because I can at the very least say that like I enjoyed 13 and 13-2, but the gameplay was changed so drastically in this game that it just kind of hits you out of nowhere. The story is... it exists for lack of a better way of putting it, and I mean, I feel like the Metacritic for all of these games put together just kind of speak to kind of how everything has gone downhill, I guess, if that's even a decent way of putting it. So, the Ultimate Lair, the lore of the Ultimate. The Ultimate Lair is an unknown ruin born from a lost dimension. In this place alone, time does not stop. Yeah. But also this whole time mechanic of no matter what you do, time is just going to pass by. And if you don't do anything the entire game, you'll just get a game over. Instead of like... so you're limited on time on things you need to do. And when you go into like battles, that normally stops time. But in this dungeon, that is not going to happen. And on top of that, there's an ability that allows me to stop time. However, I can't use it in this dungeon. I did do the first fight, albeit barely surviving, but still like I tried a few things and they didn't exactly work out. So time is against you and you need to do everything within a particular time frame to then be able to move forward with the game, or end up getting a game over, which then you'll need to start a new game but you can actually carry over your stats from a previous playthrough, giving a more advantageous position, if you will. But yeah, so this game just, it encourages you to play like multiple playthroughs. Yes, and the concept of a last one. So essentially in this game, you can hunt enemies into extinction by fighting a particular enemy a number of times, and eventually, once you've killed enough of them, you'll see like a purple glowing enemy, and this particular enemy will be referred to as a last one, which is the last of its kind. So like this Niblet Omega. So if it's got an Omega symbol, that just means that it's the last of its kind. And so when it's this distribution, means that it's gone completely extinct and you can't actually fight any more of these monsters. And they have that purple glow that you can see on this Niblet Omega right here. Whereas Niblets look like that. Very dark grey, but then you fight like a version that's about to go extinct. That's what you're looking at. And plus they are significantly stronger by comparison. I think what was another one that I sent to Oblivion? Feral creatures, large. Reaver was another one. So that's like what it looks like normally, and then what it looks like overtly purple. And the weapon that I got from the Reaver, which was called the Flesh Render, this weapon is offensively purple to the eyes. Offensively purple. Is it offensively pink or offensively purple? I can't really... offensively pink. Okay, let's go with that. Enemies look purple, but that thing looks pink as hell. Anyway, that's enough of me doing enough of that. So yeah, that's like what a last one looks like. So this is a hoplite. Damn it, it failed miserably. Okay.
I have to win.
Ice Storm, Ice Storm, Ice Storm, boom. Just hit him some more, hit him some more, hit him some more. Oh damn, I already have Blizzara on my thing. Never mind. I'm just gonna hit him with a lot of Artemis arrows here. Okay, this guy really does not take a lot of damage at all. Maybe it might be easier just to hit him with spells. What is he weak to? Thunder. Okay, so End Thunder would have been good, which I've got luckily. And also, I guess with this game, you can already notice a massive difference than what you usually see. With this particular type of game where like, in Final Fantasy 13 games where like, you've got an entire party backing you up. In the case of this game, instead all you've got is lightning, and it's a significantly more action-oriented title as a result, which I can't say that I like, because I don't.
No looking back.
And yeah, again, that weapon, the Flesh Render that I mentioned, look at just how offensively pink that thing looks. Like I think it's murdering my eyes right now as I look at it. Yeah, and apparently like when you kill a last one, it declares that particular race extinct. So that's just what's happened for hoplites now. So I won't see any more hoplites, even though I haven't killed enough to run a full-on extinction of that race. If you kill an enemy in this particular dungeon, it'll count as a full-on extinction of that race, of monster. And of course drops random items as well. So let's jump into, where do we want to go next? Because time isn't going to slow down for us to do anything else. How many floors do we want to go down? Okay, you know what? Let's go down 3 floors. We're gonna try and see if we can speed down and get myself killed probably quite quickly, I want to say. Let's just see how this goes. So what's the next enemy I'm about to fight? I've only got 10,000 HP. And no matter how high your stats are, like, I'm pretty sure you're gonna, like, run into something really weird and off-putting. So what is this thing weak to? Lightning, okay. Yep, so I just died. God damn it. Okay. And I suppose when you die, you don't get a game over. You can actually just exit using escape. And those abilities use up this thing called EP, which is that 8 that's on the bottom left-hand side.
No time for hesitation.
I know that this game is vastly different, but still though, like, come on.
You think you can beat me?
Okay, I did not time my counterspell right, unfortunately, on that one. Here we go. Let's try this again. Okay. So evade didn't really do anything. Huh. I've actually never used evade in this game, so I don't even know how it works. But like everything you do uses up the ATB gauge, no matter what it is, what action it is.
However it happens,
So I'm already struggling with this guy here, and it's already pretty early on in the dungeon. Like I haven't even hit the
You think you can beat me?
I love how that Lightning gets killed and then she's like, you think you can beat me? So making all those get-ups didn't really help if I can't survive this attack. I mean, I can move around in the area, but again, game's not that good.
You think you can beat me?
Apparently. Okay, so maybe if I just spam, because the thing about like blocking in this game and using evade and stuff, you need to time it right, otherwise it's not going to work. And timing isn't exactly something, it's something you do in an action game, not an RPG, like, wait for it.
You think you can beat me?
I used counterspell and I still got hit and died. What the heck? What if I would attack him a couple of times to start off with, and then try and walk around instead of, or using the evade command and see if that does me any good. Ah, here we go, okay. Crap. Yep, that did not work out for me. Oh crap. I jumped instead of attack, because attacking is R1 instead of like circle or X or something, which makes at least a bit more sense. Crap. Okay, I timed it wrong. I admit I timed it wrong. I am now going to escape, because I know for a fact that I'm dead. Enemies right there, and attack.
I won't turn back now.
Okay. Here comes their ogre. Dodge. 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 Evade. Evade. Ugh. Evade doesn't do anything. What the heck? Alright then. How else am I gonna survive? Either that or I could try and like avoid him. I still have to keep an eye out on the time, which sucks ass. Because day starts at 6 AM and ends the following day at 6 a.m., I'll be forced into
You think you can beat me? Okay, gotta hang in.
oh, okay, counterspell can't do anything if it's a in a like a thing that lasts that long. Okay. In that case, how else could I better? Oh, actually, I have an idea. I can change a particular piece of equipment I've got on my witching owl. No, actually, should be on my vigilance piece of equipment. Thunderbird bracelet. I am going to swap that with. Actually, no. Warrior's headband. I will swap that with Predator's hood. It decreases magic damage by 75%, but I have no strength to do anything. So I can just switch to vigilance in the hopes that I survive, and then I can like attempt to
No time for hesitation.
stagger him, which staggering is also really confusing in this game because you could see like a gauge on the top right hand side. And that would show you like, okay, that's how staggering works, of like you fill up a gauge and then it lasts X amount of time. Oh, god damn. Okay, so you just keep spamming your Roga. I think I chose the wrong amount of like floors to go down. I wonder if there's any way of me being able to go back and actually like retry the earlier. Okay, so if I go leave the dungeon and I go, yep. Otherwise I think I'll need to reload the game from the initial hoplite fight. Okay, so I'm here in the giant sandbox in the dead dunes. Oh, okay, so that's where I can access the ultimate lair. Interesting. That's cool. Also, just as like a heads up, I am playing on easy mode because I can't be bothered to figure out how to play this game on a harder difficulty because I still don't even understand how the gameplay works. Otherwise I would have grinded things out, but I feel like I've done that enough to where to the point where this game just isn't really even worth it. Which sounds so incredibly disappointing of this game. And it genuinely is. Oh, Zolties. Zolties? Yeah. So I know this thing is a fire element monster and is weak to ice and takes a decent amount of damage from thunder attacks. Oh jeez, he has 1,000,000 health. See, up until now, most enemies have had 100 to 300,000 health, because Omega versions are like the strongest versions of each monster, and the more time passes in the game, the stronger these monsters get. So this is the strongest form of what this monster could be, sitting at 1.3 million health. God damn. Alright, let's figure out a plan here, because this ain't looking good for me right now. Okay, still weak to ice, so that's good to see. The Zara, yep. God damn, I thought I had him. I guess I didn't. Am I about to die if I just keep spamming Blizzard? Staggered, 100,000 damage in a single hit. There we go. Now we're dealing some actual damage here. Also, the thing about staggering in this game, which I really don't like, is that you need to stagger your opponent multiple times in order to really be able to do that peak amount of damage, where you really need to time when you actually like you want to strike your opponent down. Why is the game being like this?
I've had worse.
Might actually want to use Curaga to fully heal myself. I'm not even going to begin to explain how EP works in this game, because, again, I could barely explain it myself.
Time can't be stopped.
It's interesting how Ice Storm can do damage, but like, that's an ability that's part of the equipment that I'm wearing, as opposed to Blizzara, which just does 1 damage. You have to stagger these, last ones, if you will.
You think you can beat me?
1, 2. Oh damn! I missed it. Guess I'll have to keep spamming Ice Storm until eventually. Oh yeah, and each like setup that I've got equipped on of the 3, each have their own ATB gauge, so I can do a variety of different actions as a result. And I don't know whether or not that's a good thing.
Thanks for waiting.
I would not be able to tell you. Because this game is just, again, I don't think it's good. And again, like, I think I looked up while I was looking in game facts for like the various, like, the different, so there's a lot of quests in this game, and you have to figure out where everything is, or like how to do those quests. So I like looked up the quest information and stuff on like what I needed to do while I was kind of playing through the game, and I saw the Metacritic scores for 13, 13.2, and then this one, and I mean, well, so Final Fantasy 13, which people didn't like the best anyways, had a Metacritic score of 81, which, keeping in mind, is taking into account that just what's it called? Just critic reviews, not player reviews.
This labyrinth is the lair of the last ones. The last
I'm about
ones
to
are the
die,
specimens that
holy
appear when a
crap.
species is hunted to the brink of extinction.
Oh yeah, I've already
They'll
killed
be the
every
same as
gremlin in the
others
game,
you
so
fought.
there's no enemy here now.
It seems
Anyway, moving on from that nutshell, let's go down 3. Yep. But yeah, and so 81 was the Metacritic for Final Fantasy 13. 13.2 had a Metacritic of 79, which again, like I say, like 13.2 isn't that bad a game, but it is worse when I really think about that and Final Fantasy 13. It fundamentally is a worse game.
Are you?
But then you've got Lightning Returns, which was at an astonishing 66, if you will. Pretty wild to think about that. This game is deemed significantly worse by
Afraid? You should be.
reviewing standards. And that is pretty wild to think about, that like that is what's happening here. So yeah, fundamentally, at least I'm not the only one who thinks that this is a bad game. So if I've staggered this Goblot like 2 times, I think I need to do him a 3rd time. If I can really start dealing the damage. Here we go. Oh wait. How are you not taking more damage? What the heck? Again, I don't know what this game has with timing and all this stuff. Like, it doesn't make any sense, if I'm being real. I'm just gonna use Kiraga so that at least I've got full health for the next fight. Or mostly full health. Most of my health will still be there. I feel like I'm gonna spend way more time just bashing on this game for not understanding it, and even though I put in like what 36 hours I want to say? How much time have I put into this game? Because like it doesn't even give you a time counter or anything. You've got to like look it up on your own save file. So like if I go save game, so save game and then 39 hours, and I still don't understand how the gameplay works or like how the builds work because I never bothered to figure that out myself. Alright, so right now we're on floor 8. There's about 36 floors, and at the bottom floor is where the boss is that I am after and wanting to take out. Floor 33, okay. So we're looking at floor 8 right now. How many floors do I want to go down? Let's go down 3 floors. What's the enemy we're going to fight here? Or what enemy are we going to exterminate from this planet next? Okay. It's one of these slimy buggers. Now these things are usually blue, so they're weak to electricity. Mini Flan, yeah. So if they're weak to electricity, I'll need to use my N Thunder. And Blizzard is a terrible idea. So I'm going to use D-Show, D-Protect. I guess I have to use Ruinga because I have got goddamn Blizzard and thing as well. Maybe I could just Artemis slash this guy to like Oblivion. Because Artemis Arrows is a special attack that's made available because of the equipment that I'm wearing. Which is great. Oh, I can just I deprotected him to death. Get status ailmented. You damn flan. So clearly the fights aren't going to be in order of difficulty. It's going to be pretty all over the place. Because I'm also like looking at the list on the trivia guide for this game as to like which enemies are on which floor. So like which enemy I'm going to exterminate. That's why I thought, let's see what kind of enemies we've got in each floor. So like now that we've beaten up that one, I'm probably going to go down 3 floors from the current floor to fight what should be a Goblin Omega. 414 is it? Let me check the guide out for a sec. 14 Goblin Omega, yep, that it is. Now goblins are pretty annoying, but I think if I remember correctly, goblins' weaknesses are actually, maybe it might just be easier to look it up on my Bestiary because I've beaten a few of these. I think that's a feral creature small size. Nope. Mid-scale? Nah. That can't be it. They must be a chaos beast then. Goblin. No? Really? Goblin, where are you? I'm pretty sure I have killed a goblin at some point in the game. feral creature, small size, gremlin, goblin, there you go. Ha, I was just blind, it was under Rafflesia. So these things are weak to ice and thunder. Okay, cool. So we've got a decent bit of info in terms of their weaknesses, so we can just jump in there and try to take them out while we can. There's a bugger. Alright. The reason why I'm trying to go around him is because if you actually like attack him from the back, they'll start off with 25% less health instead of 10% less health. I feel like I'm just wasting my time trying to do that with every enemy. Well, that just sounds like an absolutely terrible idea. So I'm gonna ice storm my way through this a little bit, because as long as I'm equipped with Witching Hour, my ATB gauge is actually going to fill up fairly quickly for the other two outfits that I have.
I follow the wind.
Is he resistant? Oh, he halves wind attacks, yeah. Fair enough. And I'm just going to ice storm him, staggered, and Artemis arrows. Yeah, decent amount of damage dealt on that one. And also the items that I'm picking up that are being dropped by these last one enemies, or the last of their kind, is very special items that are quite good. Like the weapon that I'm using, the offensively pink looking weapon, the Flesh Render, is one such example. It's like just really good pieces of equipment if you can make it work. Okay, now the next one I'm only going to go one floor down because apparently there's a really good sword I can get. But yeah, I just need to reach floor 33 by 6 AM the following day, and it's currently 9 AM I think, looking at the time. No, 11 AM. Holy crap, time is flying right now. Also playing on easy mode. Wait, hold on. Have I already sent this particular enemy to oblivion already? Wait, what the heck? Because there's some enemies that I'd already, like, made extinct. Hold on. Omega. What enemy was supposed to be here again? It was meant to be a something Omega was. So. And a Panda Omega. A Panda. Because they apparently drop a really good weapon and I can't seem to find it. Hold up. I'm just confused and looking through my inventory for like what weapon. Something muscle. Do any of these weapons have the word muscle in them? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, you know what? I'm not even going to question anything. Anyone watching this right now is just going to be confused because I'm just thinking a lot of things and not making a lot of sense out of them at the moment. Anyway, moving on from that, what enemy do we want to fight next? It's probably easier to go for a Triffid next, which is floor 18, so that's 3 floors down. Let's give this a whirl. Triffid's most obvious weakness is going to be fire. Unless there's something else. Hold on, what is the weakness of a Triffid? That's Rafflesia. Is it mid? Ah, Triffid is mid, really. Okay, that's interesting. Fire is its only weakness. It's halving everything else and resistant to ice. So then, do I want to equip something that gives me end fire instead of end thunder? Or, better yet, Thunderbird bracelet. Let's give him fireworm bracelets. Lightning will get equipped with that. And for witching hour, she's stuck with ice storm, so for vigilance I'll just give her Thundara. I don't even have Thundara, what the heck? Oh god, that's not Thundara, Faraga. That's what I meant to say. I think I've already got Fyra equipped on one of my other ones.
What's he planning to do? Create a new species to replace humankind? I'll see you in the new world.
Weakness is fire, cool. So now I'm just going to attack. Faraga. Nope. Let's just go with that. Oh, okay, so Endfire is used on all of my weapons that I have equipped on, not just that specific outfit. If I like switch to that outfit, that's not the only one that's gonna have it. Oh cool, I've unlocked Goddess of Death, which is pretty much making 10 enemies, or 10 types of enemies go extinct, essentially, so that's cool, that's a bonus. Now, how many floors do I want to go down this time? Cyclops, Skeleton, Desert Sahagin. Cyclops, Skeleton, and Desert Sahagin. Let's go down 2 floors to the Skeleton. I wonder what skeletons are weak to, because I fought a lot of them, but I haven't really, like, what's the word? Like, I haven't really noted down their weakness. Chaos Beast, small, no, mid. Skeleton, here we go. Normal resistance to everything. Okay, so normal on everything, resistant to thunder. So as long as he's not hit with thunder, should be okay. Interesting. I'll keep the fire setup that I've got at the moment, so like Endfire with fire, Faraga.
I don't plan on losing.
So I'll start off with just sending Ice Storm his way. How much health does he have? 420,000? Yep. Okay. That's an acceptable amount of health, I'm sure. Stagger to high health. D-Shell, D-Protect, Ruinga, and then Faraga, followed by Artemis Arrow. Artemis Arrow changed to here, and then Ice Storm his face in. Then I'm gonna go back, Artemis Arrow him in the face. Nope, I need to do that again. Damn, really? That sucks. Okay, Ice Storm his face in again. Hopefully, I don't die in the process. How many more times?
No looking back.
Okay, I'm gonna spam him with Ice Storms again. How many times do I actually have to, beat this guy's face in? Artemis Arrows. Artemis Arrows. That's the thing with not having a weakness. That feels so weird. Oh, I got hit like midway through like my slow motion overclock ability. So overclock pretty much slows time down so I can take advantage of the slow, short moment to moment points to really like hammer home like a particular weakness or like a point in time in which the opponent is really weak to do the most amount of damage. But again, I still don't truly understand how the goddamn game works, so that doesn't really help. Bone Cracker. Let's have a look at this weapon. Okay. Plus 550. And Deep Protect Chaser, so... But I think the flesh render I'm using is plus 900 on everything. Yeah, and auto regen for the first 15 seconds as well. Whereas I've got the Morgenstern for everything else. I suppose that's what I meant by trying to decide what to wear, is to have what equipment. Now I'm on floor 20, and floor 33 is the aim where the boss is. I want to avoid floor 22 at all costs, so I'm going to go with floor 23. Because floor 22 has a bugger of an enemy, the Earth Eater. How do I even begin to describe this thing? I bet you that like the Earth Eater would be much stronger than the actual boss that's at the bottom of this dungeon. By far. Okay, now Skatane, I think is weak to ice? Or it could be fire, I need to check that out now. Dysentery, because I know I've beaten a bunch of these mid-scale enemies. Okay, maybe the Feral. Skatane, 72,000 is their normal health, so this one must have like 500k. Weakness is fire. Okay, cool. So we've got that sorted and is normal on everything else. I can probably make use of my ice.
I don't plan on
What is my ice move called again? Ah, damn. Keep forgetting. Ice Storm. I can make use of that to kind of like build up that strength of mine. What if I just use Artemis Arrow? 20,000 damage. Maybe if I just overclock and just keep attacking and see what happens. Because Endfire is still in effect, essentially, right now. Okay, I'm dead. God damn. Okay, I did not actually expect to get hit that hard. Yeah, how would I even like how would I even stagger this enemy?
Hesitation. My journey doesn't end here.
Maybe I should just keep overclocking attacking. How much damage would Army of One even do? So, Army of One is Lightning's ultimate attack in most, in Final Fantasy 13. So it'll be interesting to see what damage that does. Because it's been mostly useless against these sort of Omega enemies, or last ones, I guess. And when I say mostly useless, I mean completely useless. Because they always just, the multiple hits only do like 1 damage each. Okay, barely survived that one. Let's see what's next on the list of enemies to fight. I think fighting a Dryad will be the easiest option next. Enlisted Gloves is one that I was definitely after. But I don't know how it would now fit in my current... I've got Thorn of Speed. What does this thing do again? Increases damage dealt when they are within a certain range, hand to hand. Actually, that might be quite useful. Plus, I don't think Thorn of Speed is actually doing anything at the moment. Yeah, let's make use of that, see if that actually comes in handy and does more damage. As for EP abilities, I'm just going to use Curaga to heal myself. I've got Ethers to restore EP and an Elixir. I've got one Phoenix Wing. I probably should have gotten more revival items, or Phoenix Downs. That is more or less my bad, I think. So I'm going down to 26. Down 3 floors. Wait, 26? I'm on 23 right now, aren't I? Yeah. The last like 4 floors, not including the boss floor, have got like really useful items, and the Phoenix Down just happens to be among them. Dryad. Here we go. So Dryad I know for a fact is weak to fire. So let's spam. Let's Artemis arrow our way through the sky. Oh, he actually doesn't have a lot of health. How much? 115,000. Not a lot. Not a lot at all. Probably destroy him right away with no worries. There you go. That's easy. Easy fight. Thank goodness I'm playing on easy mode, not normal mode, quote unquote. Aurora level 4. That might come in handy later on. Actually, I could probably equip that now. So instead of Eroga, I could put in Aurora. Schemata, Soldier of Peace. Get rid of Eroga for Aurora. Level 3. Wind attribute attacks plus 10%. I think for Faraga we can just remove that for Fire if I've still got it around. Wait, hold on, do I have... So for Witching Hour I've got Ice Storm for ice attacks. Vigilance has got Fire. And I'm gonna swap the End Fire for End Thunder. So Thunder, Ice, Fire. And Soldier of Peace has got Wind. Cool. Just making sure I've got all of the elements still in my setup. Sniper's Gloves. Okay.
Wild and mad.
So 29, floors 29 through to 32 are just gonna have useful items that I can make use of. But the main ones that I want are the Phoenix Downs and the Ethers. How many slots do I have in my items? Because I can only carry a limited number of recovery items, namely 10. So I can only have 3 more.
I wonder if God was trying to make beasts similar to humans, with hearts and minds of their own, but without the state of Entro's touch.
Let's go down to 29. The items on 29, 31, and 32 are going to be useful. And then we can then run into the final boss of this dungeon, not so much the game.
Something much more powerful. A being that would possess chaos and yet hold possibilities humans never had. At the heart of this hellish place.
Next red cactuar teleporter thingy-majig. Now, Lightning did just mention that the strongest enemy should be at the heart of the dungeon. That's not the case, surprisingly. The strongest enemy in the game is actually wandering the desert. God, my throat has been off for a while now. Off its goddamn rockers. Anyway, I think it's actually starting to feel a bit better now. Okay, so we've got an ether now, so we've got a decently good lot of items. Namely, 1, 2, 3, 4 ethers, 1 elixir, which I actually want to save the elixir for the fight against that big boss dude thing. The toughest enemy in the game. So Phoenix down, Phoenix wing, I'm definitely planning on using as well as the ethers. Crusader potion gives me protect, shell, veil, and regen, which is good. Nectar of the gods just imparts bravery, faith, and regen. So Nectar of the gods should be used for offensive because bravery increases attack, faith increases magic, and then Crusader's potion gives me protect, halves physical damage, shell, halves magic damage, veil imparts protection against debuffs, and regen, which is just regenerating health. So that might actually be somewhat useful later on. But anyway, moving on from that, let's walk to the next floor, which is where the boss of this dungeon is waiting. The boss of the ultimate lair, if you will. If I do actually happen to beat this boss, I might end the stream a little early, but this is going to be interesting to see. Final level, I love that. Oh, listening to that music. Okay, the music design can be pretty good at times. Oh, Jesus Christ, what the hell is that thing? I mean, look at it. That thing has got I was about to say it's got mouth on its mouth. Or myth on its mouth. Because I was about to say mice for some reason. And then that just popped out of my mind. It's like, oh, he's got myth in his mouth. So mice and mouth, English. Alright. Slip of the tongue and all the rest of it. Let's see what we're looking at here. I just want to make sure I've got everything up as it should be. So my health is at max. I've got pretty good setups all around. My biggest concern for this guy is getting him okay. Okay. So I'm going to need to use a lot of Thunder Elements attacks against this guy. I'll keep Ice Storm where it is because it's not like I can remove it if I wanted to. So for Vigilance, I'm going to have to change that Fire to a Thundara if I've got one. But then that shouldn't be a worry because I've got Thunderbird Bracelet on, so maybe I'll just go to this one. Remove Aurora for Thundara, level 2. Oh wait, hold on, that's Woodland Walker, what am I doing? That is the wrong setup I'm looking at. I'm gonna get rid of Counterspell for Thundara, since like Counterspell I'm not even gonna use at all, to be honest. Being real for a moment, like I've never used it before, not like I'm gonna use it now. So Thundara. This one's got Thunderbird Bracelet, and I mean for this one for Soldier of Peace, my plan is just purely stab him in the face until he dies. Okay. I think I've got a pretty good thing going on here. Hopefully this actually works out. The most important part is running to the behind side of this thing and then just
So what you're saying is that if
attacking
God
it.
grows tired of us being troublesome, our replacements will be on the sidelines waiting to take our future.
There we go. See, 25% miss out. That's the kind of stuff you want to aim for. This thing has 4.5 million health. Okay. Not as much as the toughest enemy, which I think harbors around 10 million health. So, but then that's like low compared to the other Final Fantasy 13. Oh, the other versions of Final Fantasy 13. But yeah, let's see. So before I jump in, Thunder, got it. Okay, resistant to magic, but thunder seems to be a normal thing for it. Oh, it resists thing attack, physical attacks as well. So it looks like it just doesn't do well with... Just keep spamming Thundara. Come on, me, I can do this. Nope, he's completely blocking all of it. So I should probably focus on just using magic.
No looking back.
It seems like Ice Storm seems to be doing a significantly better job at actually staggering this thing. What the heck is that Grand Impulse attack though? That's pretty freaky stuff. Aurora. Am I going to die? Not yet. But it's probably a good idea to use Curaga right now. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can use Overclock a few more times throughout, unless I have another item that I could use. So the idea around this particular enemy is to I wonder how many times I have to actually whoops, I was meant to press L1 not L2, so that was me pressing the wrong button right there.
Keep up if you can.
Aurora. Just a bit more. Ice Storm his face in a little bit more. I think I'm just gonna have to keep doing this over and over. 21,000, 25,000, 25,000, 25,000, 29,000. Okay, now he's not taking anywhere near as much damage as what he should be. Wait, hold on. Do I even have Deep Protect on any of these setups? Oh, I do. I should have totally used Deep Protect. Okay. When you know you've messed up,
Savior's got a job.
use protection. Should I use an item to... Hold on, how much... when it says some ether, I wonder... 1, 2, 3, 4... Okay, yeah, ether is recover about 4 EP, so that's useful. So I can just use Curaga on myself. Wild Heart and then Spirit Barrier. Like, what the heck is Spirit Barrier anyways? Oh, hold up. Okay. Unleash attacks when the enemy is protected by 2 barriers. The effect is greater when the enemy is launching an attack. Okay. Unleash attacks when the enemy is protected by a single barrier. The effect is greater when the... Okay. And unleash attacks when the enemy protective barriers have fallen. The effect is greater when the enemy is launching an attack. So when he's attacking, that's the best time to attack it. Across the board, that seems to be the best idea at the moment. God damn, really? That kind of sucks. But... I mean, that's the best that we've got, to be honest. What do you mean, God? God damn it. Did I just die? Oof. That's painful. Do I have to use physical attacks to actually damage it? Heavy slash. Heavy slash. Is there any way of being able to bring this guy down? Because it doesn't look like there is. Oh, I can do it with magic. Phoenix Wing, because I died again, of course I was going to.
I need more time.
Oh no, wait. So that red... Like, the fact that there's like red lines going across this thing's health is what leads it to being staggered, apparently. It's not staggered at the moment. How many times do I have to stagger this guy? Like 3? I feel like I'm doing something wrong at the moment. I can't tell what it is.
Funeral. What's done is done.
Okay, wow, this enemy sucks. How much health does this thing have left? 3.9 million. He's at 3.9 million for the last who knows how long, like 10 minutes I want to say, of me fighting him.
I follow the wind.
Guess I'm just gonna have to heavy slash my way through.
Eyes to the future.
He's still guarding the random pulse. I get hit by a fair bit of damage. Judgment. Whatever he's about to do, I am instantly dead. Nope, I'm still... How am I still alive?
Journey. Get back to where you belong. What's done is done.
Okay, now I'm dead. I don't have any items that will revive me. I'm probably better off starting from the beginning. Because if I do 3 attacks of 25,000 each, that totals up to what, 75k. And I do that 8 times of 75k. I said, 8 times 75k. It'll be about 600k. God damn, I'm really like trying to figure out how to do this. Alright,
We hum-
I wonder if there's anything else I'll need to keep in mind if I can't, like, because with enemies, when you stagger them, usually they'll just fall to the ground and be really vulnerable. I don't know how many times I'm going to have to stagger this enemy to get him to actually fall to the ground, because I don't think he will. So then that makes my heavy slash attack kind of useless, in a way. Not heavy slash, but like me trying to use Artemis Arrow with the Soldier of Peace setup. Because the other option I've got is... I had a different... here we go. The Mikot Dress. Which gives me an ability called Magic Slash, which I think might be the damage dealer that I'll need. Let's give that a whirl. So I've still got Aurora on level 3, but what do I have in Triangle? It was... God, my memory's so bad. Actually, you know what? I do actually need Slow. Slow might actually be quite important. So if I've got Slow, De-Protect, De-Shell, that should be decent enough in terms of actually like bringing it down. Ice Storm is going to be helping me to actually stagger this thing. Fire, Thundara, Ice Storm, and as for this one it'll be Magic Slash and Aurora. Slow level 3. Okay, I think I've got a pretty good thing going on over here. Hopefully this works. Oh no, do I want to start with... Which one do I want to start with? Yeah, I'll start off with Witching Hour and then start spamming Ice Storm to begin with. Yep, that's the plan. Cool.
Humans are capable of a worthy opponent.
So he's already got Spirit Barrier up, which is going to defend from all of my physical attacks, which oddly enough I thought was for magic, but maybe I missed something completely here.
What's done is done.
God damn, that does damage though.
Wish I had my bow.
And De-Protect, De-Shell, De-Protect, Slow. God damn it, I wasted like 2... Okay. I wasted 2 EP without thinking about what I'm doing with it.
I need more time. You're nothing but the hunter's prey. You're down.
Am I even doing sufficient amounts of damage to this thing? I feel like I'm not doing anything. Oh, maybe I have to like stagger him 3 times and then I'll be able to do that very significant amount of damage. Otherwise I feel like I'm wasting my time trying to attack with just magic slash over and over. Let's try this again. Oh, he's facing this way, is he? Yep, so... Here we go, 25% less health instead of 10. So he's got 4.5 mil instead of 5 point something mil. Right. Start off with Ice Storm. Lead into a Thundara as well. And then fire my way through.
You're nothing but the hunter's
Aurora. Couple more. D-Shell. Ice Storm. Fire him some more. Aurora. His face in a bit. So even though it says stagger, like, that means nothing for some reason. Whereas in, like, again, other parts of the Final Fantasy games, Final Fantasy 13 games especially, where this is like a huge mechanic, like, this would have meant quite a lot to be like, now's the time to attack because now he's most vulnerable, whatever the enemy might be. So he staggered again, but I need to do that like at least one more time again. At least ideally one more time should do the trick. This thing started off with... how much health? Well anyway. It's got 4 mil at the moment. Okay, now he sees he's taking some very significant amounts of damage right here. Like 12,000 per hit plus 40,000, so that's like at least 100,000 per combo. So I'm doing around 300,000 per overclock, at least. And so combine that with like 8 overclocks, that's like hopefully at least 1 million damage. Oof. Okay, now that's significantly decreased, but oh, that was a very significant increase, right? Holy crap, okay, so now every attack is about 25k. Oh crap, that was an accident. Okay, I accidentally used, he's healing though, is he? Or is that me healing? Oh, it's me healing. I accidentally used, what was it? Army of One or something, which is her ultimate attack. Doing barely any damage. Very nice, very nice. I should probably wait for the overclock to actually finish before I do another one. Okay, he's down to 2.6 million health. Okay, that was a lot more, that was a hell of a lot better than I expected it to be, not gonna lie. I did not expect much from it.
I'm hurting.
Anyway, time to stagger him again, in the hopes of actually beating him this time. I think we've done enough of a dent whereby we could quite easily beat him now with another flurry of like overclocks and magic slashes, if you will. So Supernova, I'm pretty sure is going to kill me.
What the hell?
34,000 damage right there, holy crap. No way in hell would I have survived that. Phoenix Wing.
No looking back.
So while I'm hitting him with all of my attacks, it's not working against him just yet. Because when you stagger an enemy, you need to wait a little while before that stagger status resets itself almost. What the heck? Oh crap. I died very quickly. I did not expect that. Oh, did he just use Blizzaga? Oh, that sucks. Am I dead? Do I dare overclock and try and attack? I dare. Oh yeah, there we go. Now we're dealing that. Oh, what? I have to use her eyes. Instantly start with an overclock, but while that's happening, I'm just going to use these 2 ethers I've got. Oh, before I do, I'll overclock one more time and then use the other ether. So I'm making full use of like the items that I've got, but I can get these items after the fact. During my second playthrough when I do fight that other massive boss, which has about as much health as this bugger does. Okay, now I think I could probably use the other ether. I feel like I need to save my elixir, because that is a very priceless item, and very hard to get. Isn't like it's... There's a literal trophy for obtaining it. You gotta wonder just how hard something has to be to obtain to have its own Shiva, to be like, get this oddly specific item that is a consumable in the game. And that in itself is an achievement. Oh, god damn it. Looks like I messed up my timing on that one, unfortunately. How much health has he got left? Oof, he's bordering the 1.2 million mark. Damn, we are close. We are close here. You'd think that because of his color scheme he would be like this, what is it called, Ereshkigal would actually have a resistance to flames. Also, I'm poisoned right now. Jeez. What do I want to do? Curaga. I can keep the poison, but I probably should use the Curaga to heal myself. Mega Meteor. Oh, I am dead.
Gotta hang in.
Or not.
You can't read me. Eyes to the future. What the hell?
Okay, now I'm dead. Do I want to use her eyes? Because I'm running out of EP. And I don't have many ethers. And these are the most like priceless items because of the fact that I need to use EP to beat this thing. Ooh. What's the choice going to be here? Alright. I feel like I have not much of a choice anyways. As far as this thing is concerned. Oh crap, I'm dead. That's not good.
It's your funeral.
Oh jeez, either overclock up and then just, let's see if I can just beat him with these 4 overclocks I have left. This is like my last chance to really nail the bastard down. How much health has he got left? 614,000. 500,000. Okay. things are looking pretty good right now. 273,000. Okay, we beat him. Yes. 7 minutes though. That was a long ass fight. And the Monster Bane trophy popped, which is well, being the bane of monsters not such a bad thing when you exterminate them. I guess that's the point of this goddamn dungeon.
Even in this dying world, plenty of people still believe in God. They believe they are special, and that God loves them unconditionally. They believe He is looking out for them. Gods exist, all right, but they've got their own agenda. They sure didn't make this world and put people in it because they love us. They just wanted to create new tools.
But now those same tools have defeated the Beast of God. With that victory, he is forced to recognize the strength of humanity. You yourself are the proof of humanity's promise and potential. You want a future for humanity.
Did it mean anything, though? Sure, I showed God what I'm capable of, but the power I used to defeat the beast wasn't any kind of human power. I won a victory, but what am I? Am I still human? Can I still be called a child of man?
Just gonna end it with something a little bit deep. Ultimatus, which is max ATB plus 10. Oh, okay. So Ultimatus is apparently like the ultimate garb in a diamond manatee. Whatever. Where is the garbs? Because I want to check this garb out. Apparently it's the ultimate piece of equipment. Ultimus. Oh, okay, that's significant. So it raises my ATB to 200. Oh. And it gives me the attack Ultima. So what if I were to make a just random, let's throw in Bone Cracker and Overon Crest. What's Ultima? Deals non-elemental damage to all enemies. The less HP lightning has, the more powerful this attack becomes. Attack times 30. Wow. Okay, so it's an attack that can't be used to stagger the opponent or anything like that, but it's used to deal an insane amount of damage. I will keep that in mind for later on. I'll keep that as like a backup for the final boss, which is literally going to be the next thing I'm going to do after this. Okay. Got some equipment as a result of earning a couple of these trophies. Neat. Now then, time to get out of here, just so I don't end up wasting too much time. So in addition on trying to decide on what to wear and trying to make it through Ultimate Lair, I managed to do both of those things in the stream. Huh. That's pretty wild. But it took me like the last half hour trying to figure out how to beat that thing. This isn't my best area now into special probably. Nope. It'd be under Feral, wouldn't it? Feral, large, nope. Chaos, large. Yay, there it is. Extinct. Off the face of this earth. It does not exist anymore. I reckon this thing must have like 10 million health on like normal difficulty, because I only had 6 here. Alright, I'm content. Might as well just save the game and leave it at that. I guess I'm just going to end the stream here because I accomplished what I set out to do. Now I'm just going to prepare for the final boss fight, which is going to be real fun because apparently the final boss is easier than this thing that I beat. So if that's the case, fun times are ahead. Plus, I don't think streaming the story-related stuff is such a good idea, given that I'm like pretty much at the very end of the story. But yeah, I feel like I rushed all of the explanations around this game. But yeah, guess I'll just end it there.